If Donald Trump card were to include a course period in Scotland the weekend, it wouldn't be a at first for a US CEO, at low on the game of golf year. Mr. Trump card is anticipated to get to the fairways of Turnberry on Saturday as protests on his trip echoing about components of the UK. His loving of the play is so registered. Following all, he owns 17 clubs about the planet, consisting 2 in Scotland. While he tees up on his own Trump card Turnberry year, he will be the other meeting US CEO to do so. The at first? So, how would be game of golf zealot Dwight D. Eisenhower, who took on Turnberry for a weekend, remain at Culzean Palace, Ayrshire, in 1959 following negotiations in Paris in General de Gaulle? He would include been so produced for his face in the year, possessing established a verdant external the oblong office space. But it wasn't Eisenhower's at first paintbrush in the course in Scotland. Time yet a US general in 1946, he was depicted game in war form at St Andrews. With later, Scotland seems to include be a magnetically for US presidents, in every recognition the nationality's significance to the golf planet. Draft Clinton has played game of golf there on more than rather than one event with walking downward as CEO in 2001. After how year he done a surprise party trip to St Andrews for a circle of game of golf above the planet famous old year. Mr. Clinton, who play off a obstacle of 12 at the period, told soon up he teed away, I am looking striker to the, it is really breathtaking for me. I include just seen it on TV but I include play each one of these holes in my reason innumerable times. He controlled to hit an 86 on the day, 14 above par for the year. The ex-CEO had play Lake Lomond game of golf year a few days over, carding a 90. Inbound at a inn for an betrothal how nighttime yet tiring accidental golf clothing, he said reporters, he's beautiful. I'm joyful to be behind. I include had a beautiful period, he's a nice date. He's a slight heating pad rather than I mind it would constitute. U.S. Presidents and game of golf Barack Obama was else ex-CEO to pay reverence to the household of game of golf following take on the old year for a short trip to the UK in May 2017. He pledged to back to expertise actual Scotch weather following game of golf in 26C, warmth. He joked, I pledge you I will be behind since, except it is rain and windy, I will not since I include got the complete Scotch expertise. George W. Bush, else big game of golf blower, as well had his time at Gleneagles 13 years ago, but it wasn't on the fairways. In 2003, he stopped game the play in the wake up of the bomb of the UN staff in Baghdad, proverb after how he didn't wish several mom whose son may include newly dead to see the captain-in-chief game of golf. But though if same D been seduced to scoundrel onto the Gleneagles year, off of the inquisitive print, events were to collude versus him. His trip to the G8 Summit Conference at Gleneagles in July 2005 coincided in the 7/7 bomber bomb brutality in London, in that more than rather than 50 human beings dead. He's not fair presidents who include been seduced onto Scotland's fairways. Recall Dan Quayle? The ex-defect president has played multiple times in the Alfred Dunhill Links League, consisting at St Andrews and Carnoustie. In 2012, he was cited in the Messenger's Fife supplement as proverb, he's a really specific location, game of golf in Scotland. I ever try to be favorable, in a smiling on my person. Occasionally he's lightweight, occasionally he's no. Thou ever try to attitude it thought how the following shooting is departure to be the top shooting thou ve always strike.